This morning I'm doing a run through on how I extract a double espresso shot from my Rancilio Silvia. I've had the Silvia for about 5 years, and when I was researching the purchase, one of the reviews I read said that for the price, the Silvia makes an excellent espresso. However, even if you get something a little bit wrong like the dose or the grind, it can be very unforgiving. And even now after 5 years, I don't always get it right. It's usually in the morning when I'm in a hurry or running late for work. I don't get things quite spot on and I end up having to throw the shot down the sink. So let's have a look at the setup. I've had the machine on for about 30 minutes, and it's always important to run some water through the boiler the first thing you do when you turn it on, just to ensure that the boiler's full. We don't want it running dry and blowing the element in the boiler. The grinder I use is a compact K3. I don't have the option with the hopper, and the reason for that is because I only make one coffee per day and I don't want ground coffee sitting there overnight. The grinder's got two modes of operation. You can have an automatic timed dose delivery or complete manual. I use it in the manual mode because the timer for the timed delivery mode is underneath the machine and it's a little bit hard to access. So the first step is to load the dose. We want to do this nice and quickly so the portafilter loses the least amount of temperature. When tamping the coffee, it's important to use an even amount of pressure. Just a few little taps there to bring in anything off the side, and then straight back into the machine. So whilst the Silvia is a great machine, it does have a few drawbacks. One of those is that it has quite a clunky thermostat. It will drop quite a bit lower than the extraction temperature before the thermostat kicks in, and it will take it above that extraction temperature and before the thermostat cuts off. So what we're going to do is called temperature surf, and that's where we try and pull the shot when the temperature is at the same point every time. And we use the on and off of the thermostat as starting points to find that spot. So we've got the dose in the portafilter and the portafilter's back in the machine, but we want to get that temperature at the right point before we start extracting the shot. To trigger the thermostat to come on, all we need to do is draw some water through the steam wand, and that's going to bring in some cool water into the boiler and click that thermostat on. So now we've got the thermostat on, I'm timing 40 seconds before I draw the shot. I like to weigh my shots for consistency, around 60 grams for a double shot. I've had my cup sitting there with hot water in it to preheat it. We don't want the cup taking the heat out of the espresso. Okay, so coming up to 40 seconds after the thermostat's clicked on, we're ready to draw the shot. I'm going to weigh it to about 60 grams, and I'm also going to time it just so I've got an indicator of whether I've got the dose and the grind right. So I've gone a little bit over there at 65 grams, it's at about 25 seconds, so I'm pretty happy with that. So there you have it, that's how I draw my double espresso shot from my Rancilio Silvia. Enjoy your coffee. That's not bad.